Welcome back to another episode of the DPCast. I am Paul.
I'm Dan.
And this is episode 17, and we have one of my most favourite friends. I've wanted him on the show for a long period of time, and that is my good friend Moomin, also known as Martin. Say hello.
Hello. Don't tell him a real name. I want to be a mysterious human being to the world. But I am Moomin.
Okay, the mysterious man called Martin, who's also known as Moomin. The mysterious man called Moomin.
I don't have another name. It's just Moomin. What? Oh,
Moomin.
I've always known Martin as Moomin. Literally, like for the amount of years that everybody goes, "Oh, you're right, Martin." No, Mooms. Freaking that's all I've known him as.
I am Moomin.
He's got to be Baba Moomin. Like he's always been known as Baba Moomin to us because he's the youngest out of the lot of guys. Like
although we're all kind of old now. So like,
that's true.
Like I don't feel like it's just Baba Moomy anymore. I'm still like the baby, but just kind of by default by age.
Yeah. Well, what we do each and every week is
What's New With You?
So, Mooms, what's new with you?
What's new with me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I moved house the other day. That was pretty interesting. I live in town now. I live in Aberystwyth, if you want to stalk me. I do quizzes. I do pub quizzes. I'm a bit of a legend, a bit of a hero. Some would say the Batman of Aberystwyth. I've been known to save lives. But this week, I was today actually, I was having a little. It's been very sunny, as we've all known this week. It's very warm.
Oh God, yes.
Some people can't handle the heat. I for one can, because I'm the Batman of Aberystwyth, and Batman doesn't have days off. So basically, today, me and my missus, we were walking around the shop, and she starts laughing at my face, and I was like, "What are you laughing at my face for, missus?" And she goes, "There's a spider hanging out your beard." And I caught him. I named him Frederick, like a little money spider, and I looked after him for about 40 minutes or so, until I got home, and I went round other shops as well. But at this point, like with him in my hand, and put him on my bromeliad flower, which is simply known as Sheila. He's living in Sheila now. Tell you the truth. And it's also an interesting story as well. So recently, because I live in town, this is the story of Sheila and how she came to be. So we have like a Marks and Spencer's, or M&S to some people, and we've also got a Tesco's. I'm not gonna. You might want to bleep that out in case we're not being paid by them enough. So and you know like you don't want to put in like product placements anywhere. But anyway, so
there's plenty more places that like Asda, etc. So
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But anyway, so Tesco's I was in Aberystwyth, and it was like about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and they reduce everything. I've discovered that reduced things is amazing. Like I got a tub of coleslaw, and I love coleslaw for like 25p. And it was supposed to be like £4. I was like, yes, I'll eat all of that coleslaw in the next day. Anyway.
Have you never, honest to God, I live off reduced items. That is possibly the best thing I love about, supermarkets. It doesn't matter which one you go to. That you go to them, and literally at a certain time you go there, and shit just gets reduced big time.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
Do you know
I bought a bouquet of flowers for 5p once.
Yeah.
Mind you, they were dead, but...
Well, this is the
I gave it to
story of Sheila.
my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, you can get so many flowers they sell off, because apparently flowers go off. But so the flowers were going off. Anyway, they had this massive pot. I'll show you the potted plant, boys. I'll show you on the old webcamaroo. But anyway, there she is. That's Sheila. Okay, she's a bromeliad. She's huge. The pot came with it. It's massive. All right, it was a Tesco's finest bromeliad plant, and it was reduced from £10 to £1. I was like, I'll take the pot, let alone the flower that's living in it, for £1. And got the whole thing for £1. And now I think it's flowering, and it's now home to Frederick the Spider. I think, to be fair, that is probably the newest thing about me, or the newest thing that's worthy to talk about. I bought a PS4 the other day with Tekken 7, and I want to be a pro on it.
Whoa, wait a minute, stop that, reverse it. Wait a minute. Did you just say you bought a PS4 with Tekken 7 and you bought it on the Xbox One as well?
Oh, I've got rid of it on Xbox now.
Have you? Why?
To get a PS4 and that for cheap. I'll just get it again on Xbox so it's cheaper.
Fair enough, that makes total sense. I haven't even bought it yet. Genuine, that's one game I wanted to buy, and then lo and behold, I've ended up getting knee-deep invested with Ark.
It's so good, man.
Genuine.
It's so good.
Oh, fuck.
I don't understand Ark. Like, it's something that baffles me. Like, I like the idea that you can train a dinosaur to be your friend, because I want friends as dinosaurs, or dinosaurs as friends. But I can't get into that game. I don't know why. I think it's the fact that I'm naked instantly, and I'd rather be clothed. And they don't have like a shop that I can go to just buy a thong, so they expect me to make it with like the dead carcass of a sheep. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like I know how to sew. You know what I mean?
On that note, Dan, what's new with you?
Sorry. Yeah.
I don't think I can top that. Really, I was just going to moan about how hot it is, but that's bad.
I don't think it's a thing where you top it. I think it's just a thing where you happily live next to it.
Yeah, I think so. Well, my week I've been hot as fuck. That's about it, really.
To be honest, my week has literally been... Well, I've had quite an event on. We've now created a new logo thanks to a guy on Twitter that I'll tweet his name out later on.
Oh yeah, you showed me a bit of that.
Honest to God, right, guys, right? Out of nowhere, I ended up finding this very beautiful piece that for like a 2K18, and I thought genuinely thought it was legit, because it was really stunning how the artwork looked on it. So I shoved up on Twitter going, I hope to God this is the actual thing. It was AJ Styles, and I thought I'd put a bit of a pun on it. It looked phenomenal. So, lo and behold, fucking the actual artist got a hold of me on fucking Twitter, and I'm like, what the fuck? Find out it was photoshopped. And I was like, oh, fucking gutted. And then he showed a couple more. He showed the Seth Rollins one as well. And I was like, fuck, dude, you're talented. You really are really talented at what you do. So I had a chat with him, and lo and behold, I asked him if he could make one of our logos. And he came back with this really awesome, like, paint design with the actual mic built into it. I thought, fuck, this looks really, really, really nice, like. So, lo and behold, he couldn't do much more for me. He's been quite busy, and I think he's still working into an element. So I've been dicking about, and I thought I'd make it and do my little tinkering as I do, because I've made all the rest of the logos on our site. And I ended up making our new DPCast logo that has got a new summer feel to it. So it's got a nice new summer feel, and if we do bring out merch this summer for me and Dan to be wearing, friggin' it's probably going to have that new design on it. Yeah. So it's been quite an event for me, and then I snapped my fucking gamer chair. Now, you guys who were in the party with me have been to my house, who have seen the fucking famous gamer chair that I've salvaged from work. Well, lo and behold, a day back, I'm sitting there, come home from work, it'd been quite a casual one. Bailey comes on, my daughter Bailey comes literally running up to me, gives me a hug, and the full entire thing snaps with me on it and her, and I end up freaking damaging my arm, piercing my shoulder, freaking damaging my leg, and twisting my ankle all the same time.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's no longer a chair, it's more of a probe now.
Yeah, it's like now. Honest to God, like I literally got like bruising up and down my arm and everything. It's ridiculous.
By the sounds of it, like I know you said in this story that Bailey's your daughter, but is your daughter a truck and did it run into you? Like, because that sounds like you came out of a wreckage.
Oh, to be quite honest, right, let's give a bit more substance to the story. Is that when I fell, the chair went backwards and her bike was right behind me. So when I went backwards, I protected Bailey, and when I did it, my arm got sliced by my desk, and as I went down, my shoulder got caught on the reflective gear that pops up in the front of a bike.
At least you could see it.
Yeah, so
I've been getting forensic analysis all week about this thing. I can imagine, like, people in the white overall thingies coming in, taking photos with those little, like, kind of... those numbered little A cards that you put next to the evidence. Taking you've taken photos of it all. I've had a new development in the mystery. It looks like I fell backwards and I grazed my arm on the way down, and all this. I was thinking, Paul, you broke a chair, you fell.
Fucking, I Sherlock Holmes did it, boys. Sherlock Holmes did it. I was literally like
just pondering over it all bloody week. How did I get these injuries?
At the time, I'm not gonna lie, all I felt was on me. I just turned to Jane. She was nearly ready to laugh, and I just looked at her. I just went, "Get Bailey off me," because literally all I could feel was pain circulating the side of my body, and I was like, "Get her off me now, please." And she just went. I was like, "Jane, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of pain."
Urge to kill rising. Urge to kill rising.
Didn't you say Jane had to run to the kitchen to go and laugh?
Like the damn bitch literally was in the corner. She goes, I had to hold back the tears because I was nearly going to laugh my ass off. Because when I looked at the chair, right?
I would have just stood there and pointed and laughed at you. I wouldn't help you.
Still that. Fucking the full thing. It snapped clean fucking metal. I mean, the metal had fucking totally cleaned. Fucking hell, I know I put a bit of weight on, but motherfucker. Fucking hell. But otherwise, that's been my week. I've literally basically scraped and scrammed and bruised my body freaking for, the laughter of everybody fucking else. And now I've had to redesign my full entire living room now, so I got a seat to fucking... Because the last 3 days I've been playing my Xbox on a box. So I've been in the corner with a fucking cushion over a box going, okay, yeah, I'll do that, okay, brilliant, awesome. Fucking, wow, my arse is numb. That's pretty much been my week. So guys, if you want to get a hold of us on Twitter, Facebook, and all the good things in life, literally get a hold of us at the DPCasters. That's capital D, capital P, capital C, ASTERS, and get a hold of us. We can lob in your hypothetical questions. Even best, lob in anything you want to lob into the What's New With You segment. But further ado, guys, we do this each and every week, and you guys love it, and that's...
You are entering the Hypothetical Corner.
So, lads, the hypothetical question.
What could it be? What is it, Paul?
Now, I had quite a variety. I kind of enjoyed a lot of the... I went through my famous website I like to go through, and that's hypotheticalquestions.com. And...
Don't beat about the bush, do you, Paul?
Nope, freaking Google loves the simplicity of it. So I was going through it, and I'm normally they've got a load of shite, and this time I found about 7, 8 of them, and I put it down for future podcasts. But then I ran through a couple of with Dan, and he loved quite a few of them, so let's get into one of them here. So, okay. If you had to pee insanely bad for the rest of your life, or poo insanely bad for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
Oh, Jesus.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Because both complement each other nicely. Like when you take a poo, you have a pee. And it's like, it's a double release.
Yeah, so, sometimes that happens. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I go for a pee, end up having a poo as well. I was like, I didn't expect this. Good job I'm sitting down.
That's a very good point.
I tell you, I'm very much a fan of a sit-down wee. And the amount of times I've accidentally done a sit-down poo as well is a staggering amount. I was like, I only came here for that. I only came here for a number 1. Ended up leaving with a number 2.
It's better than a stand-up poo.
A stand-up poo.
Right. I looked at this hypothetical question like this, all right?
I think I know what I'm going to pick.
Well, I picked it like the way... Because you think about it, every time you look, you feel like you suddenly need to pee or poo. You've got a certain walk to it, haven't you? If you pee, you cross the legs. If you poo, you hold your buttocks together and literally put your finger in your arsehole as if like that's going to plug the shit.
I can honestly say I've never done that.
No, I've not seen the walk.
I put a cork up was what I do.
Have you not seen the walk that people do when they literally need a poo? Like they sort of like they go on their tippy toes nearly and they're fucking like holding their arsehole.
I've never seen that in real life. I've seen that on like the fucking Sims. Like when my character's going to poop.
I work in a Travelodge and I work onto a motor services and I see that so fucking regular. It's unholy. Honest to God, right? You walk in and go through and you see them do this because it's quite confusing where the toilets are and you see them do this. They go, Where's the toilets? Where's the toilets? And I'm looking and going, toilets? Straight down. And they just go, okay. And literally, like, you can just see them fucking, it is the twinkle toes whilst fucking holding their buttocks.
Is there a little soundtrack coming out of their asses? Sort of,
Oh, God.
No, I like normally when I love normally making the tune going,
A little trumpet solo.
oh yeah, there is some weird shit that basically happens. Mind the pun, freaking. But which ones would you choosing, guys? Because I think I might have to go for the poo.
I go for poo. I tell you for why. Because can I get personal?
Yeah,
All right.
get up personal on this.
So when I was 16, I got diagnosed with a skin condition on my penis, where I could not pull my foreskin back. The result of this, ended up with me having a circumcision. Now,
Okay.
and then one day after the circumcision, I thought the skin condition was gone. Turns out it had seeped onto my japsai ever so much, ever such a little. Is japsai? Is that allowed to be said?
Yeah.
you can call whatever you want.
The needle of the eye of my penis.
The Eye of Sauron.
Dude,
whatever
we
you
say
wanna call
fucking
it, yeah.
cunt. I don't think Jap's eye is literally going to be out there.
Yeah, the needle of the eye of the penis had a little skin over it. So I had to go for an operation. Well, I went to the doctor who did the circumcision. I love a guy.
Yeah.
I think his name was Mr. Fenn. Because when you're a doctor, you get to be a specialist, and then you go back to being a Mister. It's really weird. Like you become
Okay.
Batman then after that. But so Mr. Fenn, he was like, "You sure you want me to do this?" Because the way I found out that was I peed in two different directions and missed the toilet when I stood up having a pee.
All right.
So imagine the toilet like there, and then my pee just
Yeah.
went psss on the wall and the floor. Very upsetting. But he was like, "This is a hell of a party trick you've got going there, mate. You sure you want to get rid of this?" And I went, "Yeah, I think so. I think it's very inconvenient, Mr. Fan." He went, "All right, I'm fine." So he did. And anyway, the operation was very simple. I was KO'd, and they put a rod down my penis, pumped the rod up with air, and then pulled it out. Simple, right? Simple. Anyway,
That sounds
problem
fucking
was
painful.
gone.
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, but I was unconscious. But the first piss I had after it, oh my god, it was the most painful piss I've ever had. I can still remember the pain. Like, it was blinding. Imagine, like, pissing fiery razor blades, and that is what it felt like. And like, to the point where I nearly knocked myself, it nearly knocked me out, and I peed on myself, and had to call a nurse to help. I would happily choose poo, because, you know, sometimes in this day and age, you have a bit of a painful poo. Like, you know, sometimes if you've had too much fibre and you haven't pooed all day, that poo is going to fucking stretch your anus cavity to a whole new level. Well, that is a poo that I've had, and I know for a fact that I've lived through it, and at no point is it as bad as the pain.
I love this podcast.
And,
I absolutely
so I'm going to say poo, because I pee more. I pee more during the day than poo in. So I think if I have to have like a poo like once or twice a day, maybe 3 times if I've got a bad belly, I'd rather do that than have a painful piss every fucking hour. Imagine it on a night out and you've broken the seal. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. I'd be crying my eyes out. So poo every time. Thank you.
This is possibly up there with one of the best hypotheticals I think I punked out.
I'm sorry, boys, but it's got to be said.
Oh my god, this is fucking genius. But yet, he has a very good point. I mean, literally, like, the only thing that does go against is that if you literally have to feel like you have to poo for the rest of your life, then the irritating part about that is that when you do need a poo, when do you actually feel like, when does it actually give you that motion? Secondly, is that, does that mean then you have to go poo in public? And I mean, that's like public toilets, and Moomin has got a very bad experience with pooing in public toilets. It's up to him if he wants to go into detail with. But the sitters are like, I couldn't poo in a public toilet. It's something about it, like, that just feels a little anal. Freaking,
Oh,
hey.
fantastic, yeah.
I'm all over the shop, yeah, do you know? Freaking, I'm melting with the fucking heat.
Oh, I have no shame. I'll shit in a public toilet, no problem. Yeah, depends
Yeah,
what it's called.
I've had a terrible experience in a public toilet pooping. I'd still poop in a public toilet.
Yeah. What happened to you?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to tell. That's what I tell.
Yeah, go on, it's up to you, Mum. It's your story to tell. Yeah.
So anyway, my girlfriend at the time, it was like 4 years ago or something. Anyway, she wanted me to go get like a suit or something from her friend's house. And it was like the complete opposite way. So I went to go to a public toilet, okay? And I was really needing a poop. And I was going to my friend's house to play a board game, okay? That's all the destination was. But I had to go the other way. So I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to hold this. And I didn't walk like how Paul believes people walk, like putting a fist up their arsehole to stop it from coming out. I walked like a man who was clenching his bum and trying to speed walk and power walk like a motherfucker. So that's what I was doing. And I ended up getting to this public toilet, and I remember I walked in, and in front of me there was 3 cubicles. So there was one on the left, which had a toilet in it, one in the middle, which had nothing in it, and one on the right, which had a closed door. And it kind of looked like a cupboard or something. It was weird. So I obviously dart for the one with the toilet. I'm not going to shit on the floor, am I, in the middle one? So I go to the one with the toilet in it. And you know, like when you're in a new place,
Yeah.
you look around, don't you? You're looking around, you look at the graffiti, you look at the, like, call me if you want a blowjob number. It's usually, I can tell you the number, it's always mine. But yeah, I was looking around, and then, you know, like in the corner, like right in the corner of your eye, you kind of notice something, and you think, what the hell's that? It looks like a hole. So yeah, I kind of look like round to my left now, and I'm having my little poop. And all of a sudden I lean back, and I see it's a hole. I look through it, and there's an eye looking back at me.
Oh.
Yeah, and
It was a glory hole.
I screamed, but it wasn't a manly scream. It was like a, ah! Like that. And then I heard, like, this human being, this piece of shit, scuffle around and go back in that closed cubicle. Well, I didn't hear him leave. That was it. I didn't know where he went, but I didn't hear him leave. So I thought I was going to either get killed or raped and killed. And I say that in genuineness. Like, I thought that could happen. I had no idea. I just saw an eye. So I put my keys between my knuckles. And, well, actually, first of all, I finished off my poo. Good job I was in the right place as well, because I shit myself. So I put my keys in between my knuckles, and I was ready to, like, punch a guy. I would say, like, you know, not kill a guy, but, like, maim him somewhat. Like, maim him. And I went out there, and he wasn't there. He was in that bloody cubicle. So I was like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Then washed my hands and left. And then by the time I got to my friend's house, I cried loads because I felt like I'd been sexually assaulted.
Now, there's a high chance that you weren't a million miles away from being what you just stated, sexually assaulted. But the best part to that, right? And this is the best part I found out of the full entire story. He still washed his hands.
I still washed my hands.
No, literally, like...
I didn't think it was going to come out. So, anyway, I got to my friend's house. This is kind of like the happy ending. And not ending that way either. Like, so, I go to my friend's house and I'm crying and they're laughing at me and I'm like, no, it wasn't funny. I was, like, scared. And I was Googling this toilet and trying to find out. Anyway, to my pleasure, it turns out I just accidentally had a poo in what is known as an underground jogging site. So, yeah, basically it was just a man looking to suck a penis. But I just went for a poo.
It was just a common glory hole.
Basically, yes. I walked into a glory hole, which explains why the middle toilet had nothing. Because I guess it was just a whole like a whole section for you to kind of get your mojo on the go if you're that way inclined.
Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, so I felt way better then because I kind of didn't feel as sexually assaulted, more that I just kind of stumbled into the wrong place. And that's how I sleep at night.
I thought you looked familiar.
You son of a bitch, Dan. Oh my god. Terrifying. I was so scared, I can't explain. But yeah, that was my day.
Well, before we go any deeper into that conversation, we do something each and every couple of weeks, and that is our wrestling segment. Now, you guys have known our regular segments of being we break down the matches. We're going to change up the wrestling segment this week, and this time we're going to lob the pay-per-view into a ring and basically talk about it in all different angles. So, further ado, I say you hit that jingle. Pay-per-view review. So, guys,
I will say this before we start. Moom seems to be unravelling something aloe vera very erotically on the other side of the camera there. He looks like some sort of advert. It's like slow motion taking out of the box. What is that? Cream?
It's aloe vera gel.
it's actually aloe vera.
What the hell are you going to be up to over there?
I don't know, but these Kleenex really come in handy.
No, do you know what, guys?
Keep the camera
Instead of you
pointing up,
talking.
please.
Yeah, I just burnt myself out, so I'm just going to make sure I don't suffer.
Well, what we're doing for this week, guys, we are literally lobbing in the Money in the Bank. No, is it the Money in the Bank? Yeah, Money in the Bank
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
that we're going to be breaking down by just lobbing in the middle of the ring and talking about it in all different angles as best as we can. And where do you want to start off, guys? We can start off whatever you need to. I think it's really handy to talk about the first match, and that would have been the women's Money in the Bank match.
We're not
What?
talking
Sorry.
pre-show, no.
I told you the pre-show was dog shite.
Yeah,
I think I was only half watching the pre-show. I think I was fucking around with my phone.
I just think, well, the only thing I can mention with the pre-show is I feel like they're just going to make Zack Ryder turn heel for some reason.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a very understandable thing. But what I think they're going to do first, they're going to plonk the titles on him.
Oh, do you reckon? I think that'd be shit.
Yeah,
Never mind.
me too. Freaking, I don't understand why they want to place the both of them together. They were actually doing decent as a singular unit. As much as I'm hit and miss on Mojo, I do like Zack. I love Zack the way his persona is.
I do like Zack Ryder. I've always had a thing about Zack Ryder. He's got something about him I quite like. So I like him more than Ziggler and Sami Zayn.
No, Sami Zayn's B. Now, listen here, boys. I've been a fan of this podcast for so fucking long.
Oh, I knew I'd
And
push
you
a trigger
shit-
somewhere there.
You shit on all the people I love a lot of the time, and I'm here to finally stand up with my own voice because I've listened to every fucking podcast you put out.
It's true, mate.
I think every single one, bar maybe the newest one because I haven't had time. Yeah, every single one, and every wrestling one, you're like, oh fucking Cuntalia, oh she's a fucking bellend, oh fucking Cuntella, or fucking Nutella, or have you? No, fuck you, boys. Listen here. Sami Zayn is a fucking gorgeous human being, and when he came back when I was in NXT London, I lost my shit. And he's a great guy, it's just he's not doing a lot. So when you understand and when you start to love him like I do, you'll realise, and then you'll be like, you know what? God damn it, Moomin's right.
Right, hey, let's get something straight here. Dan's not a fan of him. I love Sami Zayn.
Well,
I'm a massive fan of Sami.
I don't know, something about Sami Zayn. He looks, I don't know why.
What is
but
it?
He looks like
Because
Marv
he's ginger,
from,
is it?
No, he looks like Marv from Home Alone when he's got paint all over him in Home Alone 2. I don't know why. Is there a resemblance there somewhere?
And that's why you hate him.
I don't know. It's just that's something I noticed the other day. That's not why I don't hate him. I just not a big
he's
fan of him.
backtracking now.
No. I never said I hated the guy. I just don't like him.
Oh, that's all better then. That's fine.
There's a difference. Hate is a strong word. It's like Russell Brand. I hate Russell Brand. You know, Sami Zayn. I don't like Sami Zayn.
Fair. All right, fine.
There's two different tiers there.
That's fair. I'll take that, boy. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Zack Ryder and what was it, Mojo Riley, Didn't you feel? Doesn't this feel a little forced? Them putting back as a tag team again.
Not really, because that's the thing with them. I mean, if
They're the hype bros, isn't it? They've been there for a while.
Yeah, they're the hype.
Yeah.
Like they were a tag team, and then Zack Ryder got injured, and then they kind of did a little bit with Mojo Rawley, didn't they? But then,
They did. Yeah.
But then, I mean, when he comes back, because they never had an end as a tag team, I guess they kind of have to put them back together, unless like Mojo was doing something at the time.
Yeah, maybe. Well, to be honest, they end up pushing him into certain slots, didn't they? But what I will say, and this is frustrating, but at the same time as well, is that this is a lot to do with WWE, in my circumstance anyways, is that with Zack being with him, I think it pumps Mojo. Mojo is an okay wrestler. And the annoying part about Mojo is that they don't... His gimmick is not a million miles away from Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, well, it's a bit different. Vince loves that he's a football linebacker or something, doesn't he? 'Cause, I mean, all the shit that he did in that match was like, hey, I play football.
Look at it properly, Moons, right? The way he does his stuff is not a million miles away from Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah, he's very got the big, isn't he? He's very
hype.
He's old-fashioned, though. I think. Do you think that he's very old-fashioned?
Give or take. The only thing I do like about it is there's one move he does, and I feel it's very original, and it suits the gimmick, and that is where he runs to the side rope, he dives over the head, what seems a little setup, then he has that kind of the running tuck, like sort of where he goes into like that like a linebacker position, where he's just following. I like that because it is an actual. It feels a little wrestling like, and it feels like he's actually making his own position there. It works. The only thing I am a bit hazy with him on is when he's going, you ain't hype. Oh, you ain't hype. And he's got the crowd going with him. What's understandable, the crowd seem to like him to an element. What annoys me about this is that this feels an awful lot like Hulk Hogan-esque. And even when he was getting hit, he was doing that kind of like Hulk Hogan gets raged up kind of feel. And I was like, come on, really, man? You've actually got something with this guy somewhere. I mean, you really teeter it. You might have a decent wrestler here. And the annoying part about it, they've gone very much linebacker issue with him, where I think this guy's got an awesome gimmick, just needs to be teetered with, and not gone, hey, do this now, brother, and you're going to look a lot like Hulk Hogan did back in the day when he was used to get raged up and do this and do that. Money on that's been fucking said.
Yeah,
and that's really frustrating.
Make it more original, and he'd be all right, I think. He's like, we don't need to see the whole Hulk Hogan waving his hands around to listen to each side of the bloody audience and stuff like that. You've always seen that kind of thing and all that shit.
Yeah.
Leave it to the old guys, and like I don't know if you guys are noticing, vice versa. Some of the big moves the old guys used to do are slowly becoming jokes to the new modern era, like the figure four.
It's sad, really, because back then these
super
moves
kicks
used to be really effective, and they used to, if they pulled out that move, they're like, oh, the opponent's fucked, kind of thing. Now they're using them as if like, oh, it's just another move, like the DDT. That's become a joke lately. Whereas back in the day, it was like, well, you do a DDT, they're fucked. You know, and
like DDT was literally Jake the Snake's finisher, and now it's like fucking
that's right.
Any fucking move going.
Wasn't it? What's it called? Devon the Dudleys move as well. It was the double DDT. Wasn't that one of their main ones as well?
I don't know.
I feel like it was. I think it was the swinging DDT, freaking doubled. But anyway, it's just that in a nutshell. You look at it now, right? And if to me they just haven't represented them moves to their best abilities, look at Ric Flair's figure four, right? That was his finisher. Now we've got Miz with it. That to me doesn't do 100% with it. And I don't mind Miz. Just to me, he's been given. He feels a little gimmicky right now from everybody else's gimmicks.
I think that's
Daniel
the point.
Bryan's
He's a thief, and he just steals other people's moves and takes the glory for himself. Kind of thing. That's kind of his gimmick at the moment, isn't it? So,
but the annoying part about it, that's kind of been done before. Moomin, do you remember the guy Eugene?
Yeah.
And what he used to be the old Hulk Hogan and freaking come out and do all the 6x9 and everything. You know, and really just Miz is just a more maybe more an advanced version of Eugene. What obviously, Dan, you haven't. This guy Eugene used to be this guy with crazy fucking hair. He used to come out like wacky, and then as soon as the bell would ring, his persona would just change during ring, and out of nowhere, he would do the Hulk Hogan moves, he would do all the freaking, like, he'd go, you! And then literally do everything that Hulk Hogan would do. Then he would do something like RVD would do, then something else, and then something else. He had, like, such a weird calibre of movesets. It was unholy. Yeah. But it was quite funny. It was quite funny at the time. Yeah. But anyways, back to the pay-per-view. We want to be talking about the Money in the Bank women's match. Now, Moomin has a different perspective on this match than I did. And Robbie, I don't know if Dan has vice versa. And you called it, didn't you, Mooms? You called that ending, didn't you?
I said, like, imagine if... I said to Jake, so I was up to it with Jake and Lars, I said, imagine if James Ellsworth climbs the ladder and wins. And then it happened. And I was like... the fuck? And, like, we were all like, I can't believe that just happened.
We have a clairvoyant among us.
Yeah, it was weird. I thought it was awesome.
Right. It's hit to miss with me in this one now, right?
The thing was everyone was loving it. When he started to climb, people were like, yeah!
Yeah, they were doing the whole climb thing.
And then, and then as soon as he passed it to Carmella, that's where everyone was pissed off. But it's genius, because you actually hate Carmella now, right? I mean, you hated her anyway. But like lots of people just didn't like her, say. But now you hate her because they made this whole fucking thing a sham, didn't they? I mean, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match is won by a man.
That is exactly what I said.
That's nuclear bad heat. That is. That's I mean, since when has it been so? How long has it been in wrestling? Like since about Jinder Mahal, bless him. Have you actually genuinely kind of hated a champion for no real reason? Like, because they're assholes? Like, The Miz, I kind of hate The Miz. I love him because he's awesome, but The Miz...
Yeah.
But like,
he's just an asshole, but he's funny at the same time, isn't he? So you kind of... You hate him, but you love him type thing.
Yeah, but I mean, so many kind of things, like, happen in terms of, like... I don't know, like... You don't kind of... You don't hate to heel anymore, do you? Because like when Jericho's a heel, people love him. But now, it's like one thing that SmackDown's got going is you actually hate the heels. Like I kind of hate Baron Corbin because he's an arsehole. Like,
now, see, I feel the other way around. I actually don't. I actually kind of like Baron Corbin. Like it's a weird one. Like get this in, right? This is the only thing I found a bit. WWE done it wrong in this aspect, right? I agree with you, Mooms, because literally you bring up a very good point with the way that the heels actually have heat now. But this is where I had the problem with. The referees didn't need to do what they did after it. And that was that discussing it, how did he win it? If they were given a heat, get her out of the ring, get her a win, out she goes. The annoying part about it, they made it look like it was literally something had massively gone up. Had been as if it like something had fucked up, and but when they went over to it, it just looked like they were going to go, and this is going to get revoked, and now we're going to restart the match again, and we're going to have a new, like somebody else go for it, and then you would have seen Charlotte or Becky.
Yeah, but no, because like, I mean, you could tell it was like all staged. I mean, the refs shouting and arguing. I mean, if it was a proper mistake, then Shane would have come out and been like, "Restart the match." Like, that would have happened. Like, think back to when, like, Batista and John Cena both fell out the ring at the same time in Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And then Vince comes out and breaks his legs. It's funny as fuck. And then... but, like, at the same time, it's like, that was, like, a mistake. You know it's a mistake. But that was a storyline. And, like, from before... Because it happened before. Do you remember when they dropped the case and Dolph Ziggler like jumped on it one year and he won?
Yeah.
Because it's not the first person to pull it down; it's the first person to have the case.
And handle, yeah.
So like, it's bullshit. Like, it was great because if you think, not one of those 5 women looked bad in that match. It was a really good match. No one looked bad after it. Like, there's no winners or losers. Like, there's like, Carmella obviously won, but like, do you know what I mean? There's no one who looks weak after it. I thought it was great.
My frustrating part is, I have to agree with Moose, the match was amazing. It literally was a phenomenal match, right? Because they made him look amazing in it. My only issue with this is that this isn't your 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 27th, 90th Women's Money in the Bank match. It's the first ever one. And I just feel they just needed to keep this one, the women alone. They didn't need Ellsworth. As much as Ellsworth was involved, people loved him going up. That Carmella storyline, may have caused heat, what I will get to in the third match. That, to me, should have occurred. But this is another thing I want to put towards it, right, is that Shane and Daniel weren't there.
Yeah, I know Shane was. They used to use somewhere else because he tweeted on Twitter.
Yeah, he tweeted during the show.
Yeah.
No,
I would say
this
it was. I really enjoyed the match and everything. And to be honest, I was with the audience when Ellsworth was climbing the ladder. I was like, "Yeah, go on!" I thought it'd be I thought it was hilarious. And,
but then because he didn't fall off, you were like, "What? What?"
Yeah, because he actually went through with it, and they went through with it. That's when I was like, "Oh, okay."
But this is the thing.
Then again,
it's
you've
a
got
moment.
a good point. You got a good point because it's actually making you feel something. It was like, well, that's shit. And
you feel like, cheated, but you feel like she's cheated. And like, think now, how and like, it's the only time in wrestling where a woman is looking like the boss compared to a man. Okay, look at like Maurice and Miz. Okay, she always helps him cheat to win, and you don't really give a fuck, right? You don't care. It's not on a grand stage. Okay, this is the first time where a man is like doing his best to help he's valeting, isn't he? He's a valet.
Yeah.
And he's helping his woman win. And the fact is that like, and you know what Vince is like these days. He doesn't really give a fuck about long-term things. He wants these moments. Like Raw is way better for moments than SmackDown. Well, this is SmackDown's moment. Like SmackDown's got a moment here. A man has helped his woman win the Money in the Bank, which is shit because it shows that a man won. But you feel things because she cheated, and you feel things because a man won the Money in the Bank, and that's great. I think it's good. And you hate him a bit more, and you hate her. And at the end of the day, they've got power now. They've got so much power over that women's division.
That's the point that you're meant to hate the heel, isn't it? So.
Yeah, exactly. Like if she just won, like. If she just won it and you don't like her, like think, if she just climbed that ladder and she won, like how Baron Corbin did, okay?
Yeah.
You would have been like, oh, that's a bummer.
And I'm literally, I got points to bring up with that match as well. But the only thing, as I state, even if she just done the way she, and I was like, what? If the referees just didn't come around and start circulating as if they were going to start a match. Because to me, that's what they felt like they were doing, as if like they were revoking that match. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, that kind of cut heat. And then she just walks out with the thing. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell is that referee thing all about? Like, that didn't need to occur. Like, that must probably cause more controversy running for that match that didn't need to occur. Like, just give it the heat. Just literally, referee, go, well, they can't do jack shit. Just basically get the commentator to go, and your winner is Carmella. Get her out of there. Fucking out of the ring. Fuck off. I mean, literally, she's got the heat. We were already fucking dumbfounded. Don't let the referees now have this weird confusion of who and is it one, he, lad. She's got the suitcase. Get her out of there. Because, really, the third match, I wish they'd done it differently. And the third match, obviously, was Lana. Lana and Feel the Glow. I never can remember her proper name.
Yeah, but Naomi.
Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi, that's it.
Yeah. It was. I enjoyed. What's her name? Lana, isn't it? I enjoyed Lana.
Yeah.
Match itself was.
Yeah, no, it was. Like the match itself, all in all, as Moomin, we were on chat before running this podcast, did it? The match in itself was blah, very blah, but. There was that part, like, where she comes out, right? Carmella comes out, right? Now, Maynard as well. Let's get a bit of information running up to this match. The second match occurred, to me, was a hit and miss, what we'll get back to in a couple of seconds. But during that, there was a tweet stated by Daniel Bryan going, we will sort this out on Raw.
Yeah.
Now, to me now, right, he's already given conflict of we're going to be sorting this out on Raw, what's going to end up happening, the fans are going to be literally like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen on Raw, SmackDown, sorry, so it means people are going to watch and Smack on Tuesday. How do you make that even more crazier for Tuesday if Carmella comes out in the third match, cashes in and wins? Because she can't have it taken away from her then, can she?
Yeah. And
then she comes out and I'm like, oh my God, she's cashing in. She's cashing in tonight. This is fucking brilliant. And then she pulls it away. And I'm like, right, this is the third match in a row in my eyes. It's literally ended a bit a bit blah. Like, it needs to end a little more, either a little more cleaner or with a bit more substance towards it. Like, the second match ended with a count out. Come on, I think Mooms, you got to agree with this one as well, boy. Do you really wanted to see the Usos versus the New Day end with the thing? Because that match was a good match.
Yeah, no, that was disappointing. But at the same time, it was like heely. Do you know what I mean? That match is, I think,
the
better
cowardly
than it was,
heel
though.
move, wasn't it? Just deliberately getting counted out just to keep the titles.
Like, I mean, I know there's that whole thing about, like, I mean, to be fair to WWE, they don't do it very often anymore, where they do like shit like that, like especially on pay-per-views. Like, but I kind of think it worked. Like, I want to see that match again because it was so good. And like, you know, like how Breezango and when they fought, like we were all like, I know on your podcast you were like, oh, I want them to see them get the titles. Like, I feel like they deserve it. But if it like ended with like a genuine win, I mean, it was the only way where you could make them kind of look strong and cowardly, and it gives them more character. So I kind of thought like I was gutted it ended like that, but I hope down the line that New Day beat them. It's just not that time. That's how I feel sometimes.
Is it like, me though? But didn't this pay-per-view feel a lot heel? Like it was heel oriented?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Like all the bad guys won pretty much, bar like Breezango.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did win, didn't they?
I really enjoyed the pay-per-view overall. Even
and Naomi won.
Yeah, that was a
even though
a weird
it was
one.
A strange pay-per-view of like kind of disappointments, but at the same time, I really enjoyed it. It was weird. It was like
I'm with that. Yeah, I actually did too. I thought it was cool.
Right. The annoying part about it, if they changed the endings on some of these matches, this pay-per-view would have been very highly rated to me. The problem is I had these matches where the endings were just not to the standard where I feel like they should have been, and they could have been a lot better.
I think they were all setups for bigger things later on, though.
Yeah, I mean, SummerSlam's coming up as well. Like, you know, like, they've got... So, hang on. So, there's... I don't think there is another one till SummerSlam for SmackDown, is there?
I don't know, dude, to be honest. If I'm not mistaken, I looked at the dates for SummerSlam, and it's August 27th, or SummerSlam is.
Oh, so there might be another one between then. I'll Google it.
Yeah.
But if there's not, like, there's a lot of build-up, and there could be title changes on SmackDowns and stuff. Like, because it'd be like about a month and a half or something until the next SmackDown-based pay-per-view. But
at the same time as well, you got to think. Go on.
I was just going to say, like, I know what you mean by I felt disappointed because we wanted to see the New Day win and stuff again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you know, like sometimes it's like you kind of see them like the Usos kind of cower away taking the titles. It's like you kind of think, what a bunch of pussies. It makes you hate the Usos a little bit more. Like I feel like it gives you a reason. It gives you a reason to get behind the New Day even more because you want to see them dickheads like have their comeuppance. And like if they just say it, what would you do? Say then if like how would you feel if they just got disqualified, or like how would you feel if Usos just won? Like, if anything, you'd feel a bit more disappointed because you know that they can't have a rematch. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was the best.
Yeah, I think
because they weren't going to win there. Because it would have been like, oh, they're just giving the New Day the titles because they're the New Day. Because they haven't really, as much as the New Day have earned everything they've had, they haven't really earned anything over on SmackDown Live yet. But
no, they ain't.
So, like, how would you feel if they just lost and then the New Day don't have anything to do? Like, I think this is probably like a bit of a big storyline for them both, and hopefully New Day will come out at the end. But it's like, how would you make? It's weird. It's like it's almost like a match that was better than it should have been. I think that match was so good. Like
you got to think about something with it.
Well.
You got to think with this now, right? Is that I'm getting a little sick of this aspect with WWE in a nutshell. That's including Raw's pay-per-views as well. Is that the pay-per-views are slowly becoming like when you watch a pay-per-view, you kind of want to watch something come to a complete order or something being won, or you don't want to see these heely aspects like the Usos getting count-outs in pay-per-views. Leave that at SmackDown. Get a build-up on SmackDown. Yeah, that's what they're there for, is to get this really nice storyline running, Raw, vice versa. And yet I feel like that's happening in pay-per-views now, where you feel like, should this actually be occurring in pay-per-views? Like, we're watching it to have a big
watching
event.
the old stuff. It used to happen then as well. Like I think where I am now, it's called the In Your House pay-per-views, which are the kind of in between the main pay-per-views, like SummerSlam and stuff like that, where they used to do that, and it was like a lower tier to the main pay-per-view. So stuff like this does happen where you're in for disappointments. It's more a setup of a storyline rather than a completion of a storyline. So these ones where we're at now is we're in a kind of in your house type pay-per-view, whereas when we come to SummerSlam, that's where the main event is going to actually happen, the actual showdown type thing.
I do think so. Like, I feel like Paul here in a way though. Like, Money in the Bank to me is a big pay-per-view.
Fuck yeah, it is. Yes,
like,
it is. That's a huge pay-per-view.
Like, I was surprised that they just give it to one brand because it's such a big deal.
I totally agree. I couldn't agree with that 5 times more.
Like, in my eyes, Survivor Series is less than Money in the Bank now. Even though, like, there's the big four is SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. But now, to me, Money in the Bank is way more important because it, like, literally it gives complete chaos to the WWE universe.
Do you know what I love most, right? I would have loved this, right? And you, please disagree with me on this one, but I get a funny feeling you might be parallel, right? And this would be an awesome fucking concept. Money in the Bank women's women's match, and vice versa for the men, right? Great matches, needs to happen each and every year. But this is where the concept I'm bringing in is that Raw has 3 girls, SmackDown has 3 girls. Whoever wins this match has the opportunity of going for each one. Gives an equal opportunity for both sides, and vice versa for the men.
Because it means before, didn't they? Because the whole thing would, it's like the Royal Rumble, isn't it? Like, if you win the Royal Rumble before, it meant that you could go for either the Raw Championship or the SmackDown. Because Triple H, remember Batista, and they were like when it was Evolution. Like, he was like, "Oh, you're gonna go for it," and then he's like, "Oh." The whole thing was like, no, and then he fucks up Triple H. Like, it's one of them. Like, I think it should have. Yeah,
do you remember when Undertaker won it? He literally had the lineup of all the superstars in the ring, and he was literally going, "I'm choosing you," and he ended up going. I think it was Edge at the time. It was fucking.
Didn't he? Yeah. But that's the thing, though. I like that shit, but although. At the moment, I think they are probably going to start doing that because have you read the rumours that John Cena might be becoming a free agent so he can go on Raw?
It's not fucking rumours.
He
actually is.
I think this is Steve Austin's podcast the other day, and he was talking to one of his regular guests anyway about wrestling, and apparently John Cena, he can move freely between Raw and SmackDown now. Apparently, so that's what they're planning to do with him. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, this poster's already up that he's going to be versing Bray Wyatt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Bray Wyatt's another wrestler that I'm just like... he could have been so good, and now I just don't give a fuck about him. If anything, I'm more annoyed with him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like they kind of wasted him a bit. He had potential and stuff, and now he's just kind of been put in the back burner again. It's like they're building something up, and then he's coming down again, and then they're building him up again, and now it's coming to it. It's like, well, you're just going to build him up again. Now you're just going to fucking waste him again. So
Well,
on that same storyline there, now, right? I want to teach it towards the Randy Orton storyline because I got huge news that basically it's been quite tinkled through, but it's fucking interesting because Moomin's going to know what match I'm going to be talking about now. We watched the Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton match, right?
I loved that you left. You left before it came on.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fucking knackered, boys. I'm not going to fucking watch Jinder Mahal win. I was like, he might not win. He probably won't win. And he was like, I don't want to bother, boys. I'm going home. And then you went home. And then I was like, fuck, he actually won. Good job, Paul, wasn't he?
I'll tell you, I just knew he was. But at the same time as well, let's get some pluses. I actually watched this one, a very good match, all in all. To me, it felt like exactly the same as the last time.
It was a duplicate. The ending was a duplicate of the last one, except he got a bit more heated against the Singh brothers. Exactly the same, except he went a bit more further. He RKO'd one of them through the table, and that was cool. I love
looks
it
like
when
he's
he.
going to murder them every time.
He was, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see his way his body
kicking the
bounced?
shit into them all day long? But it was very much a duplicate of the last one. He kicks the shit into them. He gets back in the ring. Jinder Mahal comes along and fucking colosses him again, and then he wins. And it's like, seen this last time. You know, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, it did feel exactly the same. As you said, the brutality with him going into a certain to them Singh brothers, anyways. Like the way he was RKOing them, the way he literally made one of their bodies bounce off that table. Holy shit! Even I was like, damn, that is fucking. That was brutal.
He did that exactly the same last time though, and was it Backlash? Was it?
Yeah.
He did it, and he did a face last time because he threw him a bit too hard, and he went kind of hits through his teeth, kind of thing.
Well, did me to give you some information on Randy Orton's going to verse him again?
Yeah.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
They always get it is a cert. It's expecting SmackDown in the next couple of weeks. That's going to end up occurring in SummerSlam. It'll be Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. But his match is going to be. Can anybody guess what the match is going to be? Because I know Dan won't get it, but Moomin's going to. Worse than Hell in the Cell. A Punjabi freaking Hell in the Punjabi cell match, in it?
Punjabi prison match now, sorry?
That's it.
Oh,
now, the last time this got used was with Great Khali versus The Undertaker, and that was when Great Khali was the world champion. Now, may I add, this match was brutal. I mean, there's literally it's just fucking bamboo fucking 100 foot in the air. I mean, it is crazy. It is the most peculiar match I think, Dan, you'll ever get to encounter, and it's got two outer rings. So the inside the ring has got bamboo, and the outer side of the ring has got bamboo.
Yeah.
And they got to get out of it by climbing the bamboo.
Ah, cool. I gotta say, I knew it was going to lead up to some sort of Hell in a Cell or cage match because I thought because they keep interfering, usually what their answer to that is to chuck them in a cell so they can't interfere. But that's cool. I like the sound of that.
It was using the Great Khali versus the Undertaker match, and that was a brutal match if I can remember correctly. And it was. We never seen it. It was the first ever time they brought that match into WWE, and we never seen it beyond it. But Great Khali was an Indian heritage as well. So is obviously the Jinder Mahal. Seems to be really pumping his heritage out each and every goddamn time as much as Great Khali did. So
is it a little bit like Dean Ambrose's Asylum match where they got weapons hanging off the top of the cage, or?
I can't remember Mums. Can you remember what it was? I'm sure they had like bamboo littered around the place so they could actually hit each other with it.
There was like a lot of bamboo in the back. I remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember the match. Maybe Dan, do some research about it. Generally, you'd enjoy that match because that match was a very good match.
Tell you the truth, I can't remember the match at all.
I remember 2 seconds. If I can remember correctly, Great Khali did actually win the match. If I can remember correctly, it was one of the kind of matches that Taker didn't actually win, and we didn't. I think that was a SummerSlam as well. So they might be mimicking the exact same pay-per-view, but with two different people.
Yeah.
But as soon as I seen the legends there, guys, with that Randy Orton match, I knew they were going to get involved. But I didn't see them getting as little involved as I expected them to. I expected a couple of punches here doing that, and it was quite minimal on their behalf. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I thought it would be a tad bit more. But anyways, I wanted to drop. We could blabber on about Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton till the cows come home.
Yeah.
But we had this really weird match with Breezango and what's the other ones now?
Ascension.
Ascension.
Yeah.
I love Breezango. I love him. I think the guys.
They're so good.
Yeah. And I just didn't get this segment. This match just felt a little late. It just felt a little awkward.
If that is the end of that, then it sucks.
I love the little segments before the matches, though. You know, the fashion files or the what's it called?
Oh my god, it's so
and the
funny.
fax comes through and he's reading it upside down. Like, it must be foreign. Must be a different language. Must be foreign.
Answer the door. Like when the fax machine goes off and he shits himself. It's like what?
Yeah.
Why? So
but he's been doing that on SmackDown, hasn't he? Freaking where he's been literally been doing this the police,
Fashion police, that's the one, yeah.
the beauty police, like. So yeah, all in all, I love them as gimmicks, the way they work together, and it's nice to actually see Tyler Breeze actually having a bit of a push to a smidge, because I'm not gonna lie, the guy has been shit on by all wrestling companies, including WWE, for a long period of time. Do you know he had to change his persona nearly 7 times when he was in NXT?
Yeah,
Really?
mad.
Yeah, literally just because it just never hit over. I mean, it's one of the kind of circumstances where you're like, oh, look at him now, and you're like, he had to change it so many times to even get to this gimmick, and I feel like he's had to change it once again, even being in that gimmick, just to even adjust to the SmackDown audience. And I don't think... I'm glad he's in SmackDown, but a lot of stuff actually occurred last night on Raw that might end up teetering to SmackDown. What... I want to get into this before we go into the final match. Yeah. Now, me and Dan are huge Endzone Cast fans.
Fascinated. Moomin's fiddling with a Rubik's Cube, and he's got one side of colour.
Yeah, and I've got like nearly teas.
Very impressive. Sorry, Paul, what were you saying?
No, I'm just saying about the aspect.
No. Colour.
Oh, pretty colours. No, I'm more on the aspect of that Endzone Cast have split on Raw.
Yeah.
That could end up spilling. Yeah, I told him before coming in.
Paul broke the news to me just now before the podcast started. I was gutted.
Yeah,
Absolutely gutted.
soft no more.
And the things about it, Big Show didn't act in the... Big Show ended up stating a Kurt Angle that he wants to change brands. Did he? Last night. He stated to Kurt Angle, I've known you for years, how dare you allocate... how dare you tell me that I've been doing this to these guys? I thought I knew you better, maybe I need to change brands. So Big Show could be going to SmackDown.
Big Show needs to take his big willy elsewhere.
Big Williams. Moomin, what the hell are you doing?
Huh? Nothing.
All you is like literally like white noise coming through sometimes with it.
Oh, is it better now? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, it just happened like blips and
It looks like you're in a bit of a rave there. It looks like you're dancing around the room a bit. But
I'm dancing, romancing.
Well, anyways, let's get on to the final match. That was...
still there. It's fine.
It was Money in the Bank, wasn't it? Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank next, yeah.
Money in the Bank, freaking final men's match.
Why can't Shinsuke Nakamura, why can't they let him just be the badass he is? Like, for fuck's sake. They're ruining him.
I think they have plans for him to be like the money bringer. You know, like he's going to be like the main event. Like, you know what they're doing with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but they're making it so shit.
I think they're playing him down so that when he does bring out his A game, it's going to be a fucking phenomenal. Like, that's not going to be until like SummerSlam or something. I don't know. I have a feeling that they're playing him down for now until we get to the big events where it's going to be phenomenal. Like AJ versus Shinsuke, that's going to happen at some point. That's going to be
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
If that doesn't happen at WrestleMania, it's a fucking travesty.
Yeah.
Freaking Moomin, you've actually watched the match, didn't you, when they were actually in the Japanese wrestling circus, didn't you? You used to watch a lot of that and stuff, and you said you've seen them actually verse each other. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke.
I loved Shinsuke Nakamura before he came to WWE because of like Wrestle Kingdom 9, I think it was, and Wrestle Kingdom 8, and Wrestle Kingdom 10. Because in 9 he fought Kota Ibushi, and that match was fucking mad.
Yeah.
Like, the entrances in that place is so much cooler than WWE as well.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you need to look at it. Like, look at, like, Shinsuke Nakamura Wrestle Kingdom 9 entrance and Wrestle Kingdom 8. That's amazing. In the Tokyo Dome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I remember you saying, freaking, it was an epic match with them.
It's but so do you know
what? Do you know what really frustrated me about this match? And this was that I stated in a tweet just before this match went out, and I went, how are WWE going to fuck up this match too? And I literally, as I tweeted it, I was like, oh, where's Baron Corbin? All you hear is, dun, 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 and fucking here comes Baron Corbin, fucking knocking Shinsuke. I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, give us the fucking entrance, for fuck's sakes. I mean, that's the best part about fucking Shinsuke is this fucking entrance, the way he comes in and does his fucking dance and all that kind of shit. Like, I love that about Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Fucking knocked him out. I was like, motherfuckers.
I think they were stretched for time, though, because on matches like this, you have a shortened down entrance version of a wrestler's entrance, don't you? He's got a lot. He's a bit like Undertaker. He's got a fucking long entrance, and they got to whittle it down. So that's probably one way of dealing with that.
He has,
knocking him out for
but
it.
the same time as well is that they were 15 minutes below time that they had slotted.
Was it?
Yeah, they finished at 1:45, where normally this time slot is up until 4 now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, they
So they
never
were
go to
literally-
4 anymore. Like, if you watch loads of pay-per-views, they rarely go to 4. It's like just there, just in case, I think.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean the time slot was, they were doing quite nice for time, I would state. I don't think they were literally very pushed for the time slots there.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, so like I couldn't see why it couldn't be there. But when he did it, I knew what they were doing. They were going to put him at the back, let it run for 20 minutes, let him have a freaking sit down, drink of water, and then lo and behold, Shinsuke's back, woo! Freaking, and then you're like, hey, freaking Shinsuke's going to win it. What obviously was the turn Baron Corbin did, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind Baron Corbin winning this, guys. I really fucking don't. I enjoy Baron Corbin as much as you stated he's a heel. I like him as a heel. I like that aspect to him. There's only one issue I had with this, right? They built up AJ Styles Shinsuke as if like one of them was going to get it, and they built it up very nicely for them. One of them to like knock each other off you go, grab the thing. And I just feel like then Baron Corbin just basically done it with such, I wouldn't say ease. It just felt like something was very simplistic about the way he won it. And I'm like, oh, come on, please. Just somebody give him a bit of, he just walked in and just went, pull up, and walked upward and grabbed it. Freaking I was like, oh, really? I mean, as much as I love Baron Corbin and as much as I really wanted him to win this, I felt like he won it with a little bit of a weird ending. Like, do you know the annoying part about it? When he knocked out Shinsuke, the crowd went dead. The crowd just lost full heat. You listen back to that match, you watch the crowd getting fucking bounced. I mean, you're listening to all these people coming out, and then you hear Shinsuke music hit, that fucking crowd goes wild. Gets hit, crowd goes dead. It's like you're in fucking, you could hear tweets in the background, like. I mean, it was absolute fucking dead as doornails, and I think that killed the match in its full integrity. And then when Shinsuke came back out, it sort of built up a little bit, but then you had this AJ Shinsuke build off where you felt like this tension was going to have, and the way they reacted towards each other, I'm like, wow, this is going to be fucking epic.
I fucking love that, where they're both on each end of the ladder, and they just think, no, move the ladder to the side, let's fucking fight. I thought that was cool. I loved that.
Yeah, that
But
was
then
good.
it just felt like it ended a little hard.
Yeah, but when it came out, it was awesome.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. There's a little build up to what's coming in the future with AJ and Shinsuke. I thought that was cool. They had a bit of a ding dong on the ladder, and I quite like that. And I liked how it was simple, but I thought it was good simple kind of thing. It was just like, okay, they're having a fight. What's the easiest way to get rid of them? Push them over and then get the fucking bank. It works. If they get knocked out, then what are you going to do? Go for the bag. I thought, it was simple, but I thought it worked. It was fine. I found it all right.
He just had to win, didn't he?
Yeah. I think if Shinsuke or AJ got the Money in the Bank, the briefcase, I think where would they go with that then? I think there's more opportunity for Baron Corbin to get the case, and better stories for Shinsuke and AJ to have later on. Then.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to think Baron, Shinsuke and AJ are always going to be a big draw for fans.
Yeah, they are.
Because they love him. Baron Corbin's this guy who's just there. He fucks around a lot, but he isn't there yet. He's not the Orton. He's not. He could be though. That's the thing. He could be.
Yeah. He's got.
And it's this year or these few years that they've been building him. It's been very it's very important that they get it right. And I think it's really more important to get him to be Money in the Bank. Or Sami Zayn. I mean, Sami Zayn, I think, even him, he's going to be a champion one day. I don't know when, but he will be. And
they'll inevitably play with the title on him as much as Dan doesn't want that aspect, or Ziggler to have it. But
I don't mind. I don't mind him. He's all right. He's not my favourite, though. He's something about him. He needs some work, I think.
to me, they're the kind of people I'd love to see more in a title shot, more than Jinder himself right now. Do you know what annoys me a little more with Jinder, guys? And I don't want to backtrack a little too much here, right? But this is the only part that really frustrates me. Jinder Mahal, yeah, he's been in WWE a lot. I understand his backlog of what he's done and where he's come from and all that shit, right? But if you really look at the nutshell of what he's done running up to this point, he concussed, what's his name now? Freaking, what's the guy in Raw? Balor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was due to a podge move. And then you see a couple more running up then when he came to SmackDown, and you're like, the roids has already been talked about, and he's overtaken that state that he was on a certain diet. Then it was the aspect that he'd done a certain moves against Randy Orton, dude. And honest to God, they were so... the camera just looked at it whilst it was podging up. And like when he hit him with the title, when he had them two fucking Spanish waiters on the side of him. Freaking, like, at the end of the day is that, you know, even when he did that, he missed him with the title. And I'm like, come on, man, guys. I mean, stop pumping people up that ain't actually doing your product any help here. Yeah, they're giving you heat. Yeah, he looks like a decent heel right now. But at least get him to do 100% of what he should be doing as an actual, you know, as your leading title guy. You know, freaking he's your champ. It just doesn't feel so much like that. It just feels like he has the title and he's just being a bit of an a-hole with it.
I gotta say, I'm a little bit gay for him. I like him. I think he's cool. I'm digging Jinder Mahal. Even though I was on your side at first, Paul, where I was thinking, who the fuck is this kind of thing? And I remember evidence is on the podcast when we did WrestleMania. Who the fuck is Jinder Mahal? I don't give a shit about Jinder Mahal. But now he's come a long way now, and I'm thinking, I like him. You know, yeah, he's got some work to do, but I like him.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking champ, though.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. He carries himself well. He needs to work on his snarl a bit because he does it a bit too much. But but apart from that, I like him.
Yeah,
and I like he's got the Singh brothers with him. They're a pain in the ass. That's what they're meant to do. You know, it's just like they're supposed to piss you off. And I don't know. I quite like it.
Well, guys, before we literally get any more than that, I'm absolutely melting here. I mean, it's absolutely cooking. If anybody knows Welsh, freaking the UK weather, when it gets fucking really warm, we start fucking melting into our own dribble. So before we start freaking melting on the podcast and slowly talking pure utter shit, not from the normal.
We haven't started that yet.
If you want to download this podcast,
a little bit of insight to the temperature over here in degrees Celsius. It is now 30 degrees Celsius. Let's change it to Fahrenheit for the overseas folks. Hang on a second. Fahrenheit. Save. Oh, I got a notification that's blocking. There we go. Right, and to everyone else in the world, it's 85 degrees Celsius. It's 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that right? Fahrenheit. So
I don't know. You're the one who's reading it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting all scientific. So I like doing a good weather forecast. I should do this more often. So yeah, it's 85 at the moment, and well, I thought that'd be interesting.
Well, if you want more of Dan's weather forecasting on our podcast, you know where to listen to it. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud, and all Android podcast apps by just searching the DPCast, and that's capital D, capital P, capital C, AST. And if you want to get hold of us on Twitter, so you want to basically chat about what we just talked about, that was the wrestling segment, get onto our Twitter, get onto our Facebook, that is at the DPCasters, capital D, capital P, capital C, ASTERS. And we will get back to you as fast as we can. I'm pretty much on social media as much as I can be. And Moomin, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on, buddy. You have literally made our hypothetical question probably the most funniest we've had in a good while.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
Moom, have you ever thought about doing stand-up?
Why?
You're fucking hilarious.
I
think you could go on stage and talk about absolutely anything and have the audience in stitches.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. I am funny. I am quite funny.
See, just saying that, you're funny.
Well,
I don't know why, like, it just happens.
Right, guys, and that's a week. I don't know how to top that, so...
I like to end the podcast
cheers,
with a good
boys.
laugh.
It's been a
So shall we
pleasure.
just all do a fake laugh? Everyone fake laugh.
We'll see you all next week.
See you, everybody. Thank you for having me.
And laugh.
Oh, fuck, this is so fake.
That's what makes it fun.